I don't know what it is, like, after you're done playing this game, you want to eat little fancy fruit cakes.
Join the team.
Hey team, this is the McGuire Review, and we're going to take a look at a new game coming out of Mizo Games, which is called Frenemy Pastry Party. Now, there are a few videos already out on this game. This game, I do not believe, has been released yet. They're going to be selling this game at the upcoming Essen conference over in Europe. I think it's actually a pretty cool game. You know, it's one of these kind of cutesy type games. Very simple. Works well with the younger crowd. Works well with adults. I've played it probably 10 or 12 times already with adults, with kids. And we've always had a great time. With adults and kids, it's a really well-designed game. Ages 8+, 15 to 30 minutes, so it's a quick one. You can get in as a filler. You can play a few games, and it is 3 to 6 players. So you're going to need at least 3 players to play this. It's not a 2-player game, designed by Jesse Lee. Okay? Nice, nice high color, cutesy kind of little box here. Real nice presentation and package. So we'll open it up here and take a look. Put this right over here. Bear kind of wishes he was in the game, but he's not. I mean, there are quite a few little animals that you do have in the game here. Bear is not one of them. So, you can't win them all. All right, taking a look at this prototype edition, and this is I would say this is a prototype of the production that was sent out. Although in looking at these cards and the quality of these cards, absolute production quality. The box is really nice as well as far as what I would consider this production quality. Okay, we'll get into the book here. The book is a very small book, and it is designed just to fit right into the small form factor that you have for this game. It's great for travel. So if we get into the book, I'm going to go right to the section here for the introduction and the setup. We're going to talk about how this game works, how it's set up, how it plays, and then how it scores out. All very, very simple stuff. So let's take a look at our cards here. Really nice cards. Each player is going to get one of these animal cards, and the artwork is just great. It just really follows a real, nice, kind of fun style of artwork. I love the high pastel colors that are on all these cards. It's another thing that's really nice. You can see all the ingredient cards. And I will say, one of the things you will find, and I have found every single time I've played this game, is after you're done playing the game, you will absolutely want to eat some little fruit cakes. I don't know what it is, like, after you're done playing this game, you want to eat little fancy fruit cakes. Bear, you want to eat fruit cakes, right? Okay, so we've got the animals, and you'll see there are 6 of those available, and each one of them will give you a different bonus at the end of the game. So when you start the game off, these will kind of be shuffled up, and each player will randomly get one of these, and only you will see. So if we were playing a 3-player game, Bear, Smokey, and I, we would set these out, and that would be it. And then the rest of these would go back to the box. We wouldn't use them. All right, and then as a player, we would look at those cards and say, "Oh, I got this little guy here, and he gives me 3 bonus points if at the end of the game I have the most." We'll say mangoes. So at the end of the game, if I have the most mangoes, then I will get 3 extra bonus points. And how that works is over the course of the game. This is one of the things I think makes this game a little bit more unique and a little bit more fun than your traditional kind of, go fish type of game or mechanic, or, hey, I keep drawing ingredients so I can just create a cake. And that's the premise of this game. You will essentially have 2 different types of cards. You'll have cake cards, which are the cards right here. So there's just a small stack of those, because those will trigger end game. Actually, 2 things will trigger end game. Either you're only left with 2 cakes left in the game to be made, or all your ingredients cards are used up. Once one of those 2 things happen, the end game will be triggered, and then you'll just go to your pile of cards and you'll see, okay, how many cakes was I able to make over the course of the game? And it's a very simple concept. You've got a cake there and you've got the ingredients right there at the top. Once you have those ingredients, as a player, you can lay those down and say, okay, if it's on your turn, I'm going to make this cake. You lay the ingredients down, you make the cake. You get the cake card, it's worth 5 points. One thing that makes this very interesting is, as a player, you don't have to just only have the ingredients in your hand. You can go to make a cake and say, well, let's say we were making this, we'll call this a kiwi, it's got some chocolate in it, a kiwi chocolate cake with some marshmallows. I think it's got some marshmallows around the outside. Oh, it looks phenomenal. See what I'm saying? When you're done with this game, you want to eat sweets, you want to eat these little fruit cakes. So let's say you're making that. Well, right on this card, it will show you it needs 3 kiwi, it needs 2 chocolate, it needs 1 blueberry, it needs 1 mango. We're going to say these are mangoes, okay? To be able to make this. Is that a mango? Yeah, it's a mango. So those are the ingredients that are necessary. Well, let's say as a player, you only have 1 blueberry, 1 mango, and you have 1 chocolate and 2 kiwi. You can still on your turn say, okay, I'm going to try to make this cake. And before you make it, you're going to turn to other players one at a time. You're going to say, do you have a chocolate, Bear? And Bear can say yes or no. Maybe Bear has a chocolate, but Bear doesn't want to give up a chocolate because Bear wants that chocolate for a cake he's trying to bake. So he's going to say no. Once a player says no, you can't ask him anymore. You got to kind of move on to another player. Or Bear may have a piece of chocolate and say, you know what? I'll give you that chocolate. And he'll contribute that ingredient to your bake. Now, it's beneficial for him to do that because he gets 1 point at the end of the game for every ingredient contributed over the course of the game. So let's say over the course of a game, you contribute 5, 6, 7 different ingredients to other people's bakes. Those are points for you at the end of the game. Bear could also, Bear doesn't, Bear has the little, I think it's like a little fox, gets 3 points at the end of the game if you have the most kiwis. But let's say Bear had the animal that gave him 3 points if he had the most chocolate. Then he's going to want to be contributing chocolate over the course of the game as much as possible because that's going to be a 3-point bonus for him at the end of the game. So you can see there just how cool that design is. As a player trying to bake a cake, do you want to take the strategy of just getting all the ingredients yourself and just baking those cakes all on your own and not asking other people because they're essentially getting points as well for contributing to your bake, and you just have to kind of hope that at the end of the game, based on how many cakes you've baked and how many points you've contributed, you'll have the highest in comparison to anyone else? Or do you take the strategy where you don't bake any cakes? You just constantly, whenever it just works out, you bake a cake, but otherwise you take a strategy to just contribute as much as possible when people ask you for ingredients. And I've done that before and actually won before by not even focusing on baking cakes other than it's just, I just happen to have the ingredients. All right, I'll bake this cake for the 5 points and I will contribute as a player all of the points to that cake to make sure nobody else gets points. But my general strategy will just be to, oh yeah, sure, I got a mango. Oh yeah, sure, I got a chocolate. Oh yeah, sure, I got a strawberry or I got a kiwi. And I'll contribute as much as anybody wants because at the end of the game, I'll rack up all those points and I'll guarantee that I will at least have the most of whatever ingredient I'm going for just out of sheer sheer numbers of contributing so much over the course of the game. Okay, so that's the premise of how this game works. Let me show you setup here real quick. So we've got our animal cards already out for each one of the players. You're going to shuffle up these cakes, and then you're going to put out 3 cakes at a time. There's always going to be 3 cakes on the table at one time. We'll turn them just like this. We can see these cakes. And they'll be out there. And you'll have a pile of cakes. Once you get down to where you only have 2 cakes available, so it means this whole deck has been depleted, and one of the cakes has been built out of the 3, and you only have 2 cakes left, 2 delicious, yummy cakes. God, I'm just like craving Twinkies right now, like blueberry strawberry stuffed Twinkies. Do they make those? Okay, back to the game. I keep getting sidetracked on all the delicious cakes. So you got your cakes laid out, and then what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up your ingredient cards, and then you're going to deal those out. So you'll deal out 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. just like that, and they'll sit under the cakes, and you'll have a deck for those as well. Every player will get 2 ingredient cards to start the game, so you'll go ahead and you'll deal those out, and now you can start the game. The person that's last eaten cake is the person that will go first, and then it will go clockwise around the table. So let's say that it started with Bear. Bear would look at his ingredients, and he actually got a chocolate and a mango. And you can just see how the artwork is great. I mean, it's not overly done. It's just a perfect style of artwork for this kind of game. It's one of the things that really will draw you in, will draw people into wanting to play this game. And again, I've played this game with lots of different types of gamers, and I've never had an unhappy gamer after one of these games. It's definitely a recommend here on the channel, just for having that fun, quick filler card game, and everybody always has a good time with it. So Bear's got the chocolate and the mango. And then what's going to happen is Bear's going to start looking at these cakes and seeing, okay, well, I got a mango and I got chocolate. These 2 take mango and chocolate, so I should probably start working on ingredients for one of these 2. Maybe his goal is just to build as many cakes as possible. So, this one takes strawberry and this one also takes strawberries. Let me work on them strawberries. So on your turn, you're essentially going to draw an ingredient, or you're going to try to bake a cake. So, first round of the game, we're just going to draw an ingredient. And you'll find that a lot of the turns will go very fast. I open my turn, up, draw an ingredient. It's my turn, up, draw an ingredient. If you ever get 4 of the same type of ingredient out here, just randomly by chance, by drawing cards out, you can pick up 2 of the same kind. So if there was 4 strawberries down here at any one time, I could take 2 strawberries if it was my turn and there was 4. That's the only rule there is. The only other rule when it comes to drawing, ingredients. It's the only other rule. Okay, so Bear would have drew that ingredient, then immediately you put another one out there. Oh, there's another strawberry. Okay, now it's my turn. Ooh, I got 2 blueberries. I'm going to start working on this one because it takes 3 blueberries and there's a blueberry out. I might as well just go ahead and get that. So I grab that blueberry. Another one would come out. All right, now it's Smokey's turn. Smokey's going to go, ooh, 2 strawberries. Okay, let's look at all right, I get from mango. 2 strawberries. Well, there's already a cake that takes 2 strawberries. It takes a chocolate. I'm going to grab that chocolate. All right, next one comes out. All right, now we're all the way back. A round is over, and we're back to Bear. Bear gets in from those kiwis. So Bear's going to look and see, all right, I got a strawberry, I got a mango, I got a chocolate. Ooh, I need kiwi. So I'm going to grab, so 1, 2, 3. If there was 4, I could grab 2 kiwi, but there's not. I'm going to grab that kiwi, put that back. Oh, right back to the kiwis. Now we're going to go here. I'm going to grab a strawberry. All right, now it's Smokey's turn. 2 strawberries and a chocolate. Whoops, forgot to put that out. Let's go ahead and grab that mango. Don't have any mangoes yet. I got 2 strawberries. I got a mango. I got a chocolate. Not enough yet. So we'll go here. Back to Bear. Okay, does anything take 2 chocolate? It does not. I got 1 strawberry. I'm going to grab another strawberry. Okay, now I'm really loading up here on ingredients. We got 3 blueberries, and I'm going to grab a chocolate. Don't want to mess that up. Okay, now we're there. We got 2 strawberries, a chocolate, and a mango. 2 strawberries, a chocolate, 1 mango. Ooh, there's no blueberries out there. There's no mangoes out there. I'm going to grab a kiwi, all right? Now, you can see how quick we're burning through these rounds, burning through these turns. Now we're back here, and I got 2 strawberries. I got 1 mango. I got the chocolate. Oh, let's see. I have no blueberries. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to grab a kiwi. I'm going to go for this cake right here because I got the strawberry component, I got the kiwi component, I got the chocolate component, and I have one mango. So maybe on my next build, I'll ask somebody else to contribute. So let's go, you know what, I'm going to grab the kiwi because I don't have one of those. And, ooh, interesting. Okay, I think on the next one, I'm going to be going for this cake. I'm going to be going for this little blueberry deliciousness is what we're going to call that one. All right, we're going here for Smokey. Smokey is going to grab some chocolate, and that's going to be it for Smokey's turn. Oh, there's another blueberry. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go for I'm going to go for this cake right here. And when I want to build a cake, I kind of push it out. And I'm going to look at my ingredients. I'm going to say, well, Bear. Bear is going to say, Josh, do you have any mangoes? And it needs to be specific. So do you have 2 mangoes? Okay. I'm going to come here and I'm going to say, ooh, Bear. Yeah, that was, I don't have any mangoes. Case closed. I can't ask for anything else. Bear's going to go to then Smokey and say, Smokey, do you have any mangoes? Smokey's going to say, you know what? I'm not really close to any of these builds, so, and I get points for having the most mangoes. Yeah, sure, I got a mango. I got 1 mango I can contribute. And Smokey's going to set that mango out there to contribute towards that build, or that bake. And I'm going to come here, and now I've burnt through all the people. Now, if there's more people playing, I could continue to, or you can only ask up to 2 people. But I've burnt through all my folks. I can continue to ask for ingredients, but I really needed the mango. So I only have 2 mangoes. I have 1 strawberry, 1 chocolate, and 2 kiwis. I don't have enough to make this build, so this would be considered an unsuccessful bake. And then I would say, okay, I can't bake the cake successfully. So the cards would just come back to the cards would come back to the players. They wouldn't go under. It's only with a successful bake, and that cake would then be placed back in line with the others. And now we would go through another turn. So on the next turn, I know I would need that extra mango. I'm probably going to go for that mango and then try to build that cake. Let's say we played on through some more turns, and Bear was able to pick up another mango through a turn, and then he had another turn and he was able to bake. Then he could go in and say, oh, you know what, I'm baking this cake, and here are, you know what, I need 3 of those. I need 3 mangoes. The old mangoes. Okay, so here's my 3rd mango. So let's say, hypothetically, Bear was able to get all the ingredients without even have to ask anybody. How it would work is it would be his turn. He'd say, okay, I'm going to bake, and then here are my 3 mangoes. Here's my 1 strawberry, here's my 2 kiwi, and here is my 1 chocolate. And that is enough to make this delicious cake. And you're going to take all those cards, they will be discarded to a discard pile, and then Bear will take that cake card, put it under his animal card, and that would be worth 5 points at the end of the game, and then immediately reshuffle, to bring out a delicious chocolate. Well, it's got mango, it's got strawberry, it's got a little bit of kiwi in the middle there. Just look at these pictures. Whew. Delish. Okay? And that's how that would work. At the end of the game, again, very easy. You've got a bunch of cards that are going to be, under all the points you've contributed to the bakes. You're going to have those under your card. You're going to have multiple cakes that you've baked under your card. And that's what everyone's is going to look like. You're going to turn this card over and say, okay, if I have the most kiwis, I get 3 extra bonus points, and hopefully that worked out that way. Then you're going to count up, how many cakes do I have? All right, each one of those are worth 5 points apiece, so 5, 10, 15. Every other single component is worth 1, so 16, 17, 18, 19. And then if I had the most kiwis, which I probably would not with only 1, I'd get an extra bonus of 3 points. And that would be my total point score for the game. And then the highest point score across the table would be the winner. And that is Frenemy Pastry Party. That is how the game works. It's that simple. It's that easy. I will say it is an excellent little designed card game. I love the artwork. I love how it makes me hungry for snacks and treats. Bear and I are gaining a ton of weight. And overall, team, it's a fun game. So it's definitely a recommend. Look for this near Essen coming in October. Frenemy Pastry Party. Pick it up if you see it. I'm sure it'll be at a low price point, and it's an excellent little game. All right, so hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team. Keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time, Bear. Let's roll.